Hi, my name is Diana Waring, and I'm glad you're here. Did you know that one of the most significant predictors for a student's success in learning has to do with the relationship between student and teacher? Think about that for a moment. The relationship between student and teacher. Were you ever teacher's pet in school? If so, how did it impact your learning that year? When I've asked audiences these questions, the response is almost always, well, learning was easy for me that year. Yeah, I was able to do more than I'd ever done before. The opposite question also has a pretty unanimous response. When I ask if anyone has ever experienced being disliked by a teacher for whatever reason, and if so, what impact it had on learning, people kind of slumped in their seats, hung their heads down, and eventually said, yeah, I didn't learn anything that year. There was no point in even trying. The relationship between student and teacher greatly impacts the student's ability to learn. In each of these two scenarios, what's happening? Where students are teacher's pet, it's safe to ask questions, experiment with possibilities, follow rabbit trails because the teacher is for you. They think you're great. They're on your side. It's safe. Where students are disliked, when the teacher sees them walk in and instantly scowls, it doesn't take long for the student to figure out that it's not safe. You try to keep as low a profile as possible so that the teacher will leave you alone. They're against you. They don't like you. And then you have no idea why. It's not safe. If you are homeschooling, listen up. You are your kid's only teacher. They don't move to the next class next week or next year. You're it. So this is even more important for you to understand. I've discovered that as homeschoolers, it's up to us, the parent, teacher, to create an environment where it's safe to learn. To explain what I mean, I'd like to tell you a story, and I brought my spinning wheel to help. I first learned to spin about 15 years ago. I had just bought a spinning wheel and I found a woman teaching a beginning class for spinners. Great! I had no idea how to do it, but I was very interested to learn. So in the first few classes, the teacher quickly described several techniques of spinning. Spinning was obviously easy for her, and she happily demonstrated all of these techniques. But try as I might, I could only do the first technique. I couldn't make the others work. So when I gathered up my courage to ask, how do you do this? She gave the same basic explanation as she had the first time, which hadn't been effective then and wasn't effective now. When she saw that I wasn't getting it, she sniffed and said, well, keep trying. The unspoken message was, this is easy, and if you can't do it, you're stupid. So I basically learned one way to spin, and I did that very imperfectly because I had no idea how to solve problems that came up. No one to ask. It was not a pretty picture, and I hardly ever got my spinning wheel out again. Fast forward to last fall. A friend invited me to a spinning group nearby. I decided, why not? And I logged my spinning wheel to the group. The spinning teacher for this group, Kate Larson, was a very different kind of teacher. Whereas before in the other spinning class, I felt humiliated by not being able to get what the teacher was saying. With Kate, she made it so non-threatening, so acceptable to ask questions, so worthwhile to say, I'm not getting this, Kate, can you help me? The environment is safe for all of us. And Kate is the one who makes it that way because she exudes a confidence in us. She constantly finds ways to express what we're doing right. She always understands that this is a challenging new skill to learn. In short, we're all her teacher's pets. And you know, I'm a spinner now. It's safe for me to learn, so I've been learning and enjoying and envisioning what else I can learn. That's the lesson, creating a safe place to learn. See you next time.